All right, so we're going to look at that same data set one more time that you saw in the other three videos now, involving mean, median, mode, and range. So here's our data set for another time. And what we are now going to look at is something called the interquartile range. Or if we want to be lazy, like some mathematicians are, they like to write things out the shorthand. We're going to look at IQR. Okay, to find the IQR, or the interquartile range, it's a very long word, we first need to find our median. So step one is find median. Okay, and remember I showed you that to find the median, we start crossing off and find the number that's in the middle. So in the previous video, we've already found that our median was in between the 9 and 11. So it was in between, and we found it to be 10. Okay, another word for median is second quartile. So you might hear it called median, you might hear it called second quartile, which they represent as Q2. Okay, so after we find the median, we're going to go to step 2, which is to find the first quartile. Which is Q1. Okay, so the first quartile is the median of the data set to the left of the median. Okay, so what that means is we need to find the median again, but this time we are going to find it for this area right here. Okay, so I'm going to cross off in red and look for my middle. So I cross off the 3 and the 9, the 5 and the 8, and I'm left with one term. If you have two terms, then you would have to find the average again. So our first quartile is 7. Okay, so we have Q2 being 10, or our median being 10, and our first quartile, or Q1, 7. Third step is we're going to find the third quartile. And it's similar to finding the first quartile, but instead we're going to look at the data points to the right. So we're going to look at these points over here. And we're going to cross off again. So 11 and 21, my birthday, 15 and 20, and we're left with 6. So our third quartile is, did I say 6? I meant 16, is 16. So we found our second quartile, first and third, by finding medians of our data set. Okay, the first and third quartile and median in this interquartile range is going to be important when we create box plots, or box and whisker plots is another name for it. So the last step, if you want to find IQR, is we need to take our third quartile and subtract our first quartile from it. Remember, range is your highest minus your lowest. So this is our highest quartile minus our lowest. So we would do 16 minus 7, and that equals minus 6 would be 10, so that would be 9. Okay, so in this video we talked about interquartile range, or IQR. You first need to find the median. That allows you to find your first and second quartile, and the interquartile range is your third quartile minus your first. These three things right here will be important when creating box and whisker plots.